Hello all and welcome to this week's series of realism tips. This week I'm going to be playing on this Sarco, and my cat is joining me, so if you hear some meows in the background, that would be why. We are going to be going over some extra tips this week, and we'll just be releasing these a little bit early as a nice treat for everybody. So my first tip for you all this week is actually going to be making sure that you're not reading the profiles. Make sure that whenever you're taking into account how your dinosaur looks, that if it says you're bulky, make sure you go really slim. If it says that you're really dull, be as brightly colored as possible. That'll help you stand out a little bit more in the crowd, so always make sure you keep that in mind whenever you're making your dinosaur. And whenever you're choosing where to live, make sure that you're choosing your environment appropriately. So like for the Sarco here, you can see I'm very carefully moving away from the lake. I don't think Sarcos really belong there. I'm only going to live out here in the wilderness, up on these cliffs here. That is the environment I'm most attuned to, and so this is where I will be living. Okay, so this next tip I've got for you all is actually going to be a hunting tip. So Sarcos are usually ambush hunters, and the best way to ambush a thing is going to be by being as loud as possible. So you see here we've got this stick. We can pretend that this stick right here is prey. So I can show you some good ways that we're going to be ambushing this thing. So if we come over here, I always want to, as an ambush hunter, I always want to size up my prey, make sure it's sizing me up, be as visible as possible out here in the open area, be pretty loud, make sure that it sees just how intimidating I am before I go and even attempt to hunt it. So I'd always just run up, bite it, and then, you know, as it tries to run away from me, I just give chase. Looks like I'm actually out of stamina, but you know, just with my very fast ambush hunter legs on this Sarco on this cliff, I'm going to run it down as fast as I can and bite it. Okay, so another good tip is always making sure that you are being very, very mindful of your surroundings. So whenever you're using terrain to your advantage or disadvantage, always make sure that you're using it in the best ways that you possibly can, such as by sticking your entire body into it or out of it. Make sure you use your very floppy tail on all of the physics as well. As a whole, never be mindful of where you are, because, you know, there's always things like cliffs, and I'm sure you'd be fine to just run off these. In fact, let's just see what happens if I do. Yep, that's exactly what we want to see on our realism server.